What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV, man. And look, y'all, I'm gonna try to get through this video as best as possible. I got my newborn son in here, and y'all know infants like to cry a lot. So while he's chilling, I'm gonna try to get this video done, y'all. So look, man, Hassan Campbell is something else, y'all. Like, dude is too over the top for me. He is a character, and he is nothing short of it, y'all. Like, I promise y'all. I first became aware of Hassan Campbell's channel when he first started speaking out about sexual assault that he was a victim of, allegedly, from Africa Bambaataa of the Zulu Nation. He started talking about the sexual assault that he endured and other young boys around that time period. And so I sympathize and I empathize with that, right? Because, you know, I've known people in my life who are victims of sexual assault. You know what I mean? So I sympathize and empathize with what he was talking about. And I wanted to hear his side of the story, and I heard him out, right? So when he was talking about the whole situation, he seemed like a real level-headed man, a guy that, you know, seemed really humble during that time period. So I'm like, I'm gonna follow this guy, right? But y'all, over the time of me following Hassan Campbell, like, he is too much of a character, and he is over the top with the stuff he does, and it's starting to get outrageous. Way too outrageous, man. And I know everybody that has a YouTube channel where content is produced, we all have personalities on YouTube to make us stand out amongst all the other channels. But Hassan, he is way too over the top. He overdoes it. And I'm specifically talking about some of the videos that I've seen from him recently concerning King Von getting killed by Quando Rondo's homie in the Jeezy versus Gucci Mane versus battle, right? Now, when the world was tuned in to the Jeezy versus Gucci versus battle, everybody was tuned in. Everybody was eager to watch it, you know, because these individuals had long-standing feud that they had. They had a long-standing feud between each other, and everybody wanted to see if they could come together and do a versus battle in the same room. Hassan made a video talking about how the black community is a bunch of fools for being distracted by two fools like Gucci and Jeezy. Hassan starts talking about how the battle was nothing but a distraction and how black people are easily fooled and tricked away from world issues and how we need to be more focused on important things that matter to our community and so on and so forth, right? Hassan was basically trying to chastise the black community for being interested in this versus battle between Jeezy and Gucci Mane, right? However, while he was calling the Jeezy versus Gucci battle a distraction and chastising us for watching it, this man made a video about Quando Rondo's song about the King Von situation and was basically instigating a city versus city beef, right? He was instigating a city versus city beef in that video. He was on a video saying stuff like this. Right now, it's Chicago versus Atlanta. That's what it is right now. Two cities that don't play. Brother, this ain't no city versus city beef. This ain't no city versus city issue. It was an issue between two different recording artists that belong to two different camps. That's it. Relax, man. He got to relax. He calling it Chicago versus Atlanta like it's East Coast versus West Coast beef or something like that. Brother, stop being extra. Stop being extra. He called the Jeezy versus Gucci battle a distraction. Well, what is his video basically instigating a city versus city feud? What is that? Is that a distraction? Let me know something, for real. Because all he doing in that video is fueling the fire in the Quando Rondo video. Like, he bumping his head to Quando Rondo's song, nodding his head, and saluting Quando Rondo's camp for handling business in the street. He almost basically celebrating street culture in the midst of that video. He's celebrating it, giving Quando Rondo all praises, and giving his shooter, Quando Rondo's homie, the shooter, all praises. He giving him all praises, giving Lil Tim all praises in the video. But he criticizing two brothers who had notorious beef, like Gucci and Jeezy, coming together to entertain rap culture and put aside their differences. Huh? Where they do that at, bro? Like, come on, really? It sounds like he would have been more happy to make a video about Gucci and Jeezy having an altercation with each other during the versus battle, rather than it, you know, ending in a peaceful situation. Like, it sounded like he was mad he couldn't report on some violence that occurred between the two, for real, right? And Hassan Campbell denounces street culture in his videos a lot. You know what I'm saying? He denounces street culture and all the stuff that comes with street culture. He denounces it. But then in other videos, he almost glamorizes it in other videos. He will glamorize street culture in his other videos, right? He promotes beef between artists from time to time, doing almost the same thing that he criticizes bloggers like DJ Academics for doing, right? He will do that. He says bloggers are the worst. He called them the worst. Y'all bloggers are the worst. Y'all the worst. He calls them out for financially gaining off of the beef between artists, but he does the same exact thing. And I promise y'all, Hassan contradicts himself all the damn time, all the time. He promotes violence, even in the disrespectful titles that he has for videos when he discusses young black men dying or getting killed, right? When he discussed when Mo 3 died, the rapper from I think from Dallas, right? From Dallas, Texas. When Mo 3 died, Hassan titled the video discussing Mo 3's murder. He titled the video this: Texas rapper Mo 3 got his lights put out on the highway. Rest in peace. I'm sorry, y'all. That's disrespectful as fuck. That's extremely disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? But disrespectful and outlandish video titles like that shows you that Hassan is basically he trying to profit off rappers' death. The same way he criticizes the bloggers for doing. He's trying to capitalize and profit off of rappers' death the same way. He's trying to capitalize off of their death the same way. Because he didn't give a damn how Mo 3's family or his friends would feel if they read a video title like that. And all throughout that video and him discussing Mo 3's death, this man is trying to get his little catchphrase over during the whole video and trying to make his little catchphrase popular. They turned his TV off. They turned his TV off. They turned Mo 3's TV off. And then he said they left Mo 3's oodles and noodles everywhere. That's a quote. He said they left Mo 3's oodles and noodles everywhere. Brother, you need to chill and stop being a big-ass clout chaser. For real, that's all he doing in these videos, man. That turn his TV off catchphrase, that comment about his oodles and noodles being left everywhere was completely uncalled for and disrespectful as hell, right? Especially coming from somebody who acts like they God body and talks down on kids being disrespectful to other black men. But those statements and that title of that video was extremely despicable, right? When he was he talking about Mo 3's death and talking about his oodles and noodles got blasted everywhere, calling him telling people he got his TV turned off. His TV come on, bro, for real? Seriously, this what you doing? This is what you doing? Look, when I cover an artist dying on my channel, I'm very careful with my words so that I won't offend the artist or his family or friends and so on and so forth. But Hassan's he's only respectful sometimes and then disrespectful at others. You know what I'm saying? He's respectful sometimes and then disrespectful at other times throughout the video. You know what I'm saying? And it's what are you doing, bro? You blur the lines too much. I'm watching the Quando Rondo and King Von video that he made, and I'm looking at this grown man instigating beefs between cities because of a terrible altercation between two young men and their crews. 1 minute Hassan want to be Sharif from Minister Society, and then he talking big gangster street talk like he O-Dog. Again, that's blurring the lines way too much for me, man. He blurring the lines too much. The same way he say my son be doing. He say my son blurs the lines too much. Fam, that's you. Because for some reason, I respect how my son does things way more than how Hassan does things. I respect how my son handles situations way more than Hassan. For real, when my son does something and talks about it, it seems more genuine coming from him. And I can't explain why. It's just a feeling that I get. It seems way more genuine when I hear my son speak compared to Hassan Campbell, right? And the crazy thing is, you know what I mean, he be talking like he's just this big gangster a lot of times and all of that. And for all this gangster Tony Montana talk he be doing, I wondered why as an adult, when he was seeing Afrika Bambaataa out in public on videos or maybe some pictures with Afrika Bambaataa, I think he was in pictures with Afrika Bambaataa. After that, he was sexually assaulted by him years later. He in videos and stuff in arm's reach of him. The whole time he a big gangster like this, why he didn't put hands and feet on Afrika Bambaataa instead of being in videos and taking pics with him and stuff like that? If you this big gangster, it's just crazy, man. But I'm not here to promote no gangster talk or nothing like that. But it's just the man is just, he's way too over the top, man. He's way too, like, and he gets out of line and disrespectful with stuff that he does. And he thinks it's okay, because he has people, he has a big following, and that's cool. You know what I mean? It's hard to get a big following on YouTube. So he obviously done something right to get a big following. But it's just like, man, he's become a character. Seriously. You know what I mean? A big, huge character. Especially instigating beefs between artists and all that type of stuff. And then he trying to make it seem like it's a beef between two cities and all of that. And then, he did that. He made a video right after he made a video talking about how the black community is distracted by two fools and all this and all of that. But then be talking all this gangster rhetoric and how he would have did this and did that. Man, it just kills me, man. It kills me. And then talking about how the youth got to be more respectful and not disrespect the dead. But he disrespecting the dead in these crazy titles that he makes, these catchphrases that he makes for rappers getting killed and all that type of stuff. Like, he think that's cool. How can a man that considers himself God body and considers himself to be conscious how can you even make content with that type of information and saying certain things like that? I don't understand how you could do that. Like, I don't honor that at all. I don't honor it at all, man. Dude he's become way too much, man. Like, dude, he's too much for me. For real, man. And he says academics in them, dude, like, oh, they trying to profit off these dudes, murder and all this. Bro, he can't wait to keep stretching out these videos about King Von and them deaf and all that type of stuff, and then calling for it. You can talk about the situation, that's fine. But calling it a Chicago versus Atlanta right now, this is what it is. Two cities that don't play. Like, this is what it is. Like, bro, stop sensationalizing this situation. Please stop doing what the broadcast news media does about Chicago and other places. Stop doing that. You know what I mean? Please stop. For real, because I had to make a video before when he made a video saying that being raised in Chicago, if you're a mother and you raising your child in Chicago, it's child abuse. I had to correct him then because he acts like the whole city of Chicago is nothing but savages roaming this earth. When you got everyday people in Chicago that work hard every single day, raising their kids, taking their kids to church, taking their kids to school, trying to teach them morals and integrity and principles and values and stuff like that. There's regular people here too. It's not just all savages walking around like this Grand Theft Auto. But the way he was reporting on it, it was out of line, man. It was like, come on, bro. Like, he's out of line way too much. And he does it all the time. Like, even with how he talk about certain stuff, like, I'm like, bro, you talking about these brothers' deaths. Like, this is almost like an episode of Dragon Ball Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way he got these titles and all of that, like he got First 48 titles. Like, them disrespectful titles that First 48 be having. Them crazy, wild titles. Like, he doing that. And then think he honoring the person in the video because you say rest in peace, bro. You not honoring them when you just say rest in peace? Come on, bro. Like, it's like, I don't respect it. I don't honor that at all, man. And then, like I said, 1 minute he trying to preach to the youth about being respectful and all of that, and then he want to be super thug, super gangster in videos. Like, come on, man. Which one is you gonna be? Which one you gonna be? And then I understand that every man is dudes out here that are street savvy for sure. But they are conscious as well. But he does it in such a contradictory way. It's like, huh? Like, for real, like 1 minute Gucci and Jeezy a distraction, but you adding fuel to the fire to these young boys' beef? That ain't no distraction for us? You adding fuel to the fire and they beef and that whole situation, but that ain't no distraction. We supposed to watch you, but we ain't supposed to watch Jeezy and Gucci. We supposed to watch you though. Watch everything you do and salute everything you do. But we ain't supposed to watch Jeezy and Gucci because they a distraction, but you ain't no fool. You ain't no distraction. You ain't. Come on, man, for real. Like, seriously, bro, like, he turned his TV off. Disrespectful as hell. And if Mo3 family was to approach him, he'd be looking crazy and trying to figure out what I did. You know that's disrespectful to talk about that man getting killed. That man getting killed, murdered outside, and you talking about he got his oodles and noodles black. Like, come on, bro. Who does that? Who does that, man? I don't understand. I don't think nobody with a sound mind and a conscious mind who really is conscious and at heart would do something like that. Because all you trying to do is make things catchy and trying to, like, you trying to make your video. It's almost like you trying to make TMZ type headlines with your videos and don't care about how it's affecting other people in the situation. Because you want at other times, you want these other young men that's running around in the street to be respectful of other people's families and the situations and to be respectful of the dead. Even though you're not directly dissing the dead with the content that you're making, it's being very disrespectful to them and how they got killed. It's like, it's not funny to be talking like trying to create catchphrases about somebody's murder. Like, you know, like that's not cool. That's not something that a OG would do. It's not something that an OG would do. And for all this OG gorilla talk, I remember one day, I promise y'all, man, I remember I watched him talk about is one of the Lil Durk homies, right? He was in the wrong neighborhood, he was with a girl, and the dude was on camera cutting Lil Durk homie dreads off his head and you know, making him do stuff to the girl, and he had guns all around him, right? And Hassan and I would have died. They could have never did that to me. They knocked you out. Basically saying how he a gorilla, insinuating like the dude not really no lion, like the dude not really a lion like he says he is, because he didn't die right there on the scene at the situation. Like what, brother? Sometimes that's a girl. They didn't make him do nothing to no dude. You know what I'm saying? You live another day at the end of the day. Dude probably got kids and all of that. Hassan talking like he big super thug, super gangster 2.0. And at the same time, he talking all this. But when he seen Afrika Bambaataa, the dude that violated him and took his innocence, you know what I mean, during the youth, as a child, I'm never going to make fun of that. I'm never going to make fun of that because I know people that has happened to. It's not a funny thing at all. I'm never going to make fun of that or anything. I'm always going to be sympathetic and empathetic towards that situation. But he seen that man that violated him as a kid, and in his adult time, after he done came out of jail and all of that, and ain't did nothing to that man. So how you talking all this super thug, super gangster talk like he be talking? Like it blows my mind. It kills me. It kills me, man. Even how he was disrespectful in the situation with Jay Prince and all of that. It's like, I don't know, man. The dude, he comes across as a cartoon character at times, man. Like something straight out of a comic book. Even the way he be talking, I'm gonna keep it funky with you. Like, come on, bro. It's like, it just be too animated at times, man. And I just think that I don't like the way he moves in certain situations. I don't think that he's respectful as he thinks he is or he claims to be when it comes to sensitive subjects and sensitive topics with people's death and getting killed. And then inciting or adding fuel to the fire and beefs and stuff like that, and act like he just the all-seeing eye with all this information, or he just first of all, it's power in the tongue. So when he said that it's Chicago versus Atlanta, we looking like, huh? Don't do that. Don't have trying to make two cities be up in arms and trying to go at each other's head and go at each other's necks. That ain't the situation. And Quando Rondo not even from Atlanta from what I heard. He from Savannah, Georgia, which is hours away from Atlanta anyway. So it's like, what are you talking about? You know, but I guess he trying to, you know, I guess make his video pop or add a little flavor to it, add fluff to it or whatever. But it's just, bro, like I don't respect it. I don't respect grown men that try to, like, he try to act like he just the most purest content, purest thing walking, and the other bloggers are just like, they just out for personal gain. Bro, you doing the same thing. The rest of you a blogger too at the end of the day. You know, and the way you doing it, you saying that other people doing it disrespectful, you're disrespectful too. Even if you ain't doing it in the same satirical style that DJ Academics was doing his War in Chirac videos, look at how you make title and stuff. Look at you trying to get catchphrases over in the middle of your video, trying to land catchphrases about people's death, and you trying to, like, it's just, man, it's very distasteful, and it's just not. That was just done in poor taste for real. And I'm seeing how he moving, and it's like he's something else, man. He gotta stop. Too damn extra, and you know, and I understand y'all gonna say you don't gotta watch the videos. That's cool, whatever, right? I told you how I got introduced to him and why I started following him in the first place, because I was very interested in what he had to say. He seemed like a very level-headed man, but now it's just like he be getting too big for his britches. Like to the point where he be jumping out of his body way too much with stuff he be doing, jumping way out the window. And then looking like he don't understand why people have certain problems with him in certain situations, you know? But that's just my take on it, man. I'm done talking. Machiavelli Mills TV. I'm out. Peace.